This time on Critter Companions.
Hi, we're here at Logan's Heroes talking about fostering some of our furry buddies. Now come inside and let's meet our friends right here on Critter Companions.
It's Critter Companions. Come meet your friends on Critter Companions.
Hey guys, so which is easier to find? A lost dog or a lost cat? Stay tuned to find out.
Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Critter Companions. Once again, we're down here at Ark Wildlife Center with Leah. Leah, who do we have here today?
Well, today we have 4 baby North American beavers.
I didn't know there was beavers in Pennsylvania.
Yes, there's lots of beavers in Pennsylvania now. In fact, they're making a huge comeback. They were nearly gone in the early 1900s because of the fur trade.
Okay.
And now that we're not doing that anymore, they have come back and in a big way. And they're all over Bucks County and Pennsylvania.
Now how can you tell? I know once in a while hiking you see maybe a stick or whatnot chewed at the bottom for maybe a beaver's dam. How could you tell an area, what does a beaver's dam look like? What should we look out for, you know, if we're out in the wild and we kind of see one? How could we tell?
Well, the beaver are really, really important in the environment. When you have a beaver move into a pond and they dam up the pond, they will create an elevated water level. So what you're going to find is lots and lots of trees all around the pond area chewed at the bottom. And a beaver can go through a tree about this big around in just a couple of hours.
Really?
So they can fell a lot of trees in one day, and they can build a dam very quickly. But once they build the dam, then they find their mate, and then they'll begin to build their lodge. And their lodge is kind of like an iceberg. It's what you see on top, it's like a big teepee of sticks. And underneath is a huge area. In fact, they don't even have a door to the outside. You have to swim under to get inside
Oh wow.
the lodge. But they only build the lodge when they're ready to have young.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
the mom and the dad will have 4 to 6 babies. And they will stay with their parents for a whole year.
Okay.
So once the babies are a year old, they will help their parents with parenting the younger babies.
Okay.
And then when they reach 2 years old, it's really kind of cool. The dad will take the older ones off and help them find new territory. And
Nice.
set them up, and then he'll come back and continue raising the rest of the
So
family.
that helps them build a house when it's time?
It does, yeah.
Very
It's kind
nice.
of like sending your kids to college.
There you go, exactly. So these guys always going to stay this size?
No, actually a male beaver can be close to 80 pounds.
Oh wow. Can that be dangerous?
It can be quite dangerous. In fact, there have even been cases of rabies in beaver in Pennsylvania in the past. It's not very common. But the interesting thing about raising these guys is that in wildlife rehabilitation, we spend a lot of time making sure that everything is hands-off. We don't let our animals get comfortable with people. But these guys have to be here for 2 years. And to help them develop properly with the right skills, they need a lot of love and attention. So this is the one species where we kind of get real cute and cuddly, and we have to touch them and we have to manage them, and they have to accept us as part of their family so that we can care for them. Because I'll tell you what, that's like when they get to be ready to be released, it's like holding a 50-pound bowl of Jell-O without the bowl. So they have to be pretty cooperative.
So I'm guessing, like with most animals, if you see a beaver baby, let it be?
If you see a beaver baby, let it be, but you might want to tell somebody about it. Tell
Okay.
an official about it, the Game Commission or your local wildlife center, just so they can keep an eye on it and make sure that it's not orphaned.
Well, Leah, thank you very much. We appreciate you showing us these little guys here. And if anybody would like to volunteer or donate, how can they get a hold of Ark Wildlife Center?
Well, you just need to give us a call at 215-249-1938.
For Critter Companions, I'm Corey Armedio. Remember to like and share this video so that people can see all types of animals too.
It's Critter Companions. Coming up next on Critter Companions.
Hi, welcome back to another episode of Critter Companions. I'm Nate Hall, and we're here at Logan's Heroes talking to Chris about what is Logan's Heroes.
We actually started Logan's Heroes in December of 2014. We wanted to actually rescue animals and also place an emphasis on the human-animal relationship. We actually had a program that branched off. We had the PAWS program that branched off onto its own, which is now Tales of Valor. They actually train rescue dogs, rescue puppies actually, to become service dogs for veterans with PTSD and other disabilities. So the whole idea of getting the farm here was actually to help more animals and to expand on the idea of helping people and animals. Our organization is all volunteer-based, and actually even for me, it's actually changed. Being able to help animals has changed me in a way. I've been able to make a difference, and you can actually see that you're helping the animals and helping yourself as well. So we are trying to expand those programs here for veterans. We're working with an organization to actually start a program here for veterans to work with our rescue animals and the rescue horses to help them with their issues and actually make our animals more adoptable by training them.
Now, is this one of the animals that you can foster here?
We are all foster based, so what I found with rescuing dogs and cats especially, you know, there are a lot of organizations out there that are open intake. They have to take whatever is not wanted by the public, and I wanted to start an organization for dogs and cats that was more foster based. It's actually healthier for the animals. They actually overcome illness more quickly. We get to know more about the animals. You don't have as many behavior issues as you do in kennel situations. So you know, it actually helps them when you're getting them out of the shelter as well. So it opens up space for these other organizations that have to take whatever the public can't keep, or what, you know, stray animals and things like that. This is actually one of the kittens. These guys are, we unfortunately, fortunately for them, but unfortunately for us, there were a lot of stray cats here at the farm when we got the farm. So these guys were actually born here. We've been trap, neuter, and release of the adults, and we've been finding kittens that are young enough to actually make them social so we can put them up for adoption.
Logan's Heroes, the name. Like, where does that come from? Why are you called Logan's Heroes?
Well, Logan was actually a puppy that I was working with another organization. I had gotten a call. He was a German Shepherd puppy. He was about 4 months old. He was actually being returned to his breeder from a pet store. He was purchased by a family, and he had an issue called megaesophagus. So he had like a bubble in his esophagus, so he would eat and the food would get stuck there. And actually what eventually happened, we didn't know that he was sitting in a cage for about a month before we got him. The breeder said that he was nice and healthy when he left, and by the time he came back to the breeder and came back to us, he was severely underweight. I had offered to foster him, and unfortunately he had pneumonia. He aspirated, and he had actually some other issues. He had some diarrhea. He was extremely underweight, and he unfortunately was not, he had passed away within a week of us providing medical care to him. So me as a foster, I was networking with some other people that I knew to say, hey, you know, what can we do about this to help some of these puppies, dogs, and cats that are coming back to breeders, those that are unwanted by breeders, because there aren't enough rescues, unfortunately, out there. I don't know, it's kind of sad to say there aren't enough to take in the amount of animals that need the care. So starting another rescue and kind of basing it on the human-animal relationship, we're trying to do something a little bit different to actually benefit the animals and people, and help some of these extra animals in Pennsylvania and some of these other high-kill, high-volume shelters in the South.
Well, thanks so much, Chris. Now, you guys at home, make sure you always want to try to adopt, donate, volunteer, or foster. And also, you can share this video so little guys like this can get the help they need. Please share this video. For Critter Companions, I'm Nate Hall.
which is easier to find, a lost cat or a lost dog?
Usually a dog. They're usually easier to see. They might be out roaming around. They're more inclined to be sociable with people they don't know, because they generally are people lovers. So a dog is more likely to be seen, whereas a cat will be hiding. So a cat can take a lot longer to find. So don't give up and just think of them as hiding and go looking for them.
That's great advice, Cindy. Thank you.
This concludes our broadcasting day. We thank you for enjoying this PBR Productions video.